All right, so let's just quickly summarize what we did before the break. Okay, we did a quadratic inequality with two variables, and also one variable for quadratic. We can check if the x is answered by two different methods, right? Now the last part of this chapter is combining the linear and quadratic together and make it into a system. So in linear, two variable, right? We can do the testing, right? And quadratic, linear, same thing, okay? So the only difference between the two is one is a parabola, the other one is straight lines. So what happens if we combine both of them together? We want the part that's true for both of the graphs, okay? So when we do the testing, we test one by one, but then when we do the shading, you only shade the part that both of the graph are true, okay? So I'll go over one example for you with you together, okay? So over here, we have a system that has both linears, right? There's no square for question A. So graph each one, okay? So let's number the line so we don't get confused. So this is number one, this is number two, okay? So I'll do number one here. So step one is to draw the equal graph, right? So pretend it's equal, we'll draw that one. So this one has a y-intercept of 1, slope of 2, 2 means go up 2, right 1, right? So very straightforward. The other side. Okay, and pay attention to the inequality. We have an equal sign, so this one should be a solid line. Let's draw a solid line through the points. Okay, so we got our graph already. This one is easier because it's already in the slope by intercept form. Next step, we need to test. Right, so we can see from the graph that 0, 0 is not on the graph. So it's okay to test 0, 0, okay? So we'll plug the 0, 0 into the question, okay, for the first graph. So we have 0 less than equal to times 0 plus 1. And that was simplified into 0 less than equal to 1. So true or false? This 0 is less than 1, right? So this one is true. But we are not doing the shading yet, okay? We know 0, 0 is true, right? 0 is right here at the center. So if it's true, we're supposed to shade everything here. But because we're not done the other graph yet, so we're gonna erase that and then just make a little arrow. So I remember everything to the right is our answer, okay? Now we are going to do the other graph, the second graph. I'll use the different color, okay? I'll be using green. Okay, so we will graph the first one, graph the equal graph, and I'll let you take care of this one by yourself first, okay? So raise your hand when you finish graphing the second line. And also finish testing, okay? When you finish testing for second line, you can raise your hand. All right, almost all done. Okay, this one we have a y-intercept of -1, right? Slope of 1, so it goes like this. And then solid line, right? Because we have an equal sign. Okay, so we can draw a solid line across. Okay, so test. We can also use 0, 0 to test. So Nathan, 0, 0, is it true or false?
I haven't done that. I screwed up on the line.
Okay. So let me know, okay, when you finish testing for 0, 0, okay, Nathan?
It's false.
False? How do you get the false? How do you know it's false?
Because 0 doesn't equal to 1.
Well, the question says greater or equal. So either one works, then it will be true.
You tested that equation. Okay.
Yeah, we are doing the second one. So you plug
Yeah,
into
then
the,
it's true.
okay, because,
0 is greater than equal than -1.
yeah, greater than or equal, right? Either one works, then it will be true, right? This one is greater than -1, so it's true. Right, so because it's true, then we need to shade the part that has 0, 0, right? 0, 0 is here. So that means we do the shading, it will be everything here, right? But we are not shading yet, okay? So let's erase that. Okay, and we just mark the side that we want. So we want everything higher than the green line. So you see I put a little arrow there. So your final answer should be the part where the blue shading and the green shading, they overlap. They both true, right? Where both lines are true. So for the blue one is everything here, right? To the right side. For the green one is everything higher than green one. So the part where they both works, where you have green and blue at the same time, is the one in the middle. So the red one is your final answer, okay? When you do the homework, do not show the shading for green and blue. Only shade the red part, okay? So let me erase all that shading. Okay, so your final answer should be looking like this. Okay, are we clear on how to do the shading? You only shade the part that they are both true. Okay? So let's try another one. Okay, try another one. Question B. B, you also have two linear one, right? We don't have any square at all, right? So this one, you need to do a little bit more because there's no slope y-intercept, okay? So I'll let you try question both graph on your own this time. So when you finish first line, please raise your hand. I want to check the slope y-intercept form, okay, for the first line. Colin, do you have the slope y-intercept form?
Y equals to negative 1/2 x plus 1/2.
Okay, plus 1/2. Good. Does anyone have trouble getting to this form? So let's plot that one. Half slope of negative 1/2. Slope of negative 1/2 means you can go down 1, right 2, right? If you put the negative with the 1, right, it will be down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2 will be there. If you finish testing, please raise your hand. Okay, Aaron, what kind of line is it?
It's a hollow line.
Hollow, yeah, dashed lines. Okay,
A dash line.
yep. So remember, okay, the minor detail, that's where most people lose their marks. Okay, this one does not have any equal sign. So dashed lines. Okay, when we test, okay, I assume you also test 0, 0, right? 0, 0 is not on the line. Okay, Colin, true or false?
False.
False, okay, so false. Do we shade above or below, Eric?
Below?
It's false,
Oh wait, no, above. Sorry, I thought it was below the 0, 0.
right? 0, 0 is underneath the line, right? But 0, 0 is false, so it will be the other side. But no shading yet, right? Remember, we only put a little arrow, so I remember it's the other side. Now let's move on to second line. How do we graph this one then? It doesn't even have any x. What's this line look like? Does anybody know?
It's just a straight line.
Line.
And they are all straight line, but what direction?
Horizontal.
Horizontal, very good. Okay, the y has to stay at 3, right? 1, 2, 3. This is y at 3, so stays at 3. This one is a solid line, right? The x, if it doesn't have x, that means it's same as, you can think of this as y equal to 0x plus 3, right? Because there's no x. So that means your slope is 0. When slope is 0, that means it's flat. Okay, horizontal. Okay, slope equals 0. And we want greater or equal to 3, right? So it has to be higher than 3. So where should be the final place for shading? Okay, Nathan, you want to try? Where is the final place? You can shade on the screen. Uh, 95% correct. But nice shading though. Okay, you use a highlighter. Do you know how to fix it?
Yeah, I think, do you include this like little triangle?
Because you only want the part that they are both shaded, right? The green part and the blue part both covers at the same time. So I think you're right. Show the shading again. Yeah, okay. So the little triangle part, you don't include it because the little triangle part is only for green, right? The blue does not cover the triangle part. So the shading only here, right? Where the blue and green, they are both covered. Okay, so I'll let you guys finish the bottom two. The bottom two, same idea, is just have both the linear and quadratic. Okay, so let's move on to C and D. D will take a bit more work, right? Because quadratic, you need to get the vertex. Okay, so what you learned from before, how to get epicubic form, that's gonna come into play, all right? So question C. Start with this one. That should be number 2. So first one is a parabola, second one is a straight line. You can ask question if you don't know how to draw the parabola. So I'll leave the whole question C by yourself, okay? When you finish the final shading, the red one, okay? Shade the red, then you can raise your hand. I'll draw the green, okay? Green one is the easier one, straight line. Y-intercept, slope of 2. Solid line, right? Okay, looks like we can test 0, 0. Okay, we have one person complete both graphs. Not both graphs, the red question C. Okay, finish question C first. Let's check the vertex, okay, for parabola here. Okay, Eric, where do you think the vertex is?
I'm not sure. I'm still doing it.
Is this one in APQ form?
It's not an ABQ form. I'm just changing it right now.
This one is already in APQ form though.
Oh, it is?
Yes, it's disguised. Right? It looks like it's not, but it actually is.
Oh, so it's A -1 and then Q the 4.
What about P?
There's no P then?
Yeah, so P will be 0, okay?
Oh.
So sometimes, right, it looks like it's not, right? You can rearrange the order a bit. So this one is already in APQ form. So vertex, where's the vertex then, Nathan?
Is it just 1 and -4? 1 and 4?
Vertex should be PQ, right? So what's the P and Q for this one?
-1 and 4?
-1 is the A.
Is the P 4?
No, okay, I'll write out the APQ form then, okay? So this one I can rewrite it as negative and then x minus 0, because x minus 0 is still x, okay? And then plus 4. Do you see the APQ now?
Yeah, so the vertex is just 0, 4.
Yeah, okay. A is the -1, P is the 0, Q is the 4. Okay, so because P is 0, that's why the bracket is not needed anymore. It just shrink into just X. Okay, so 0, negative 0, 4. So 0, 4 will be up here. And you can plug 1 point on each side. Okay, Brendan, do you have the table for parabola?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you have?
Well, for -1 and 1, if -3.
Negative 3?
Yeah.
Okay. That low, really?
Oh wait. Well, yeah, I actually got negative. Hold on,
Negative.
I think I did something wrong. Hold on.
You plug it into the equal graph. Okay, plug into this one.
Oh, it's 3 then, right?
Yeah, it should be 3. Okay, if you plug -1 in, it will be -1 squared will be 1, so 4 minus 1. Okay, so it should be 3 on each side. Okay, and then we can try one more, right? What about 2?
0.
Yeah, 2 will be 0. Okay, so same with -2.
And 3 would be -5.
Yeah, okay. So 2 on each side should be enough. Okay, so we can just draw the graph. This one is also solid line. Right. Okay, and then we can do the testing. Looks like we can also test 0, 0. Okay. Okay, if you finish the final graph, please raise your hand. All right, let's check the true and false. For the blue one, 0, 0, true or false? Aaron?
True.
True, okay, so true. So true, that means everything inside then, right? Okay, for the green, Nathan, are you, how far are you now? Which step?
I'm just figuring out the stuff. Sorry.
Okay. For the green line, I want to know true or false, Colin?
False.
Okay, for the green line is false. Okay, because you will get 0 greater or equal to 1. That's not true, right? So if it's false, that will be above. So we want everything that's inside the parabola, but then higher than the green line. All right, so let's have Sarah. Are you able to do the shading for us? Where's the final shading? Yeah, very good. Okay, so everything in between. Okay, that's above the green and inside the parabola. Okay, so that's why you need to show for your homework. Okay, so do not show all the shading, right? Just the final one. Any questions? Okay, how are you guys doing, Eric and Nathan?
Yeah, I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah, okay, so we got last one, okay? Last one, I won't complete the whole thing because you have the same question for homework. So I just get to the point where we have the graph and then you guys can complete the shading for homework, okay, for the testing. So just making sure you guys all got the right vertex and parabola graph. So let's move on to question D. So they are both solid lines, right? They both have equal, right? So I would like you guys to get the vertex form for each and also the table, okay? So first one, find the vertex for both of them. Once you got the vertex, you can raise your hand. Have you got the APQ form yet? Factor A divide by 2 and balance. Okay, factor A divide by 2 balance. Please raise your hand when you got the APQ form for both. Eric, are you done the first one yet?
Yeah, I got x minus 3 over 2 squared minus 1 over 4.
Minus 1 over 4? Like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else got something different? So minus 1 over 4, I'll use decimal 0.25. Okay, and then second graph, second parabola, what's the vertex form? Aaron.
Y equals bracket x plus 1 and bracket square.
And nothing behind.
No.
Yeah, okay, very good. Okay, so our vertex for the first one is at 1.5, negative 0.25. Can put that in the middle, 1.5, negative 0.25. Oops. So to complete the table, you could use 2, right, as the right-hand side. And on the left side, you could use 1, right? And then use 0 and 3, okay? And then for the green one, negative 1 is the vertex, right? Negative 1, 0, that's a P and Q. So you can use negative 2, right? And then 0 on each side, okay? Get more points, then you get 1 and negative 3. Okay, so you can complete the table by subbing it back into the equation, okay, into this green one here, right? And also into, for the blue one, you sub into this one. Once you get the table, right, then you test the point to figure out whether it's inside, outside, because this one you have both of them parabola, okay? So plot the parabola, test the point, and shade the part that they both overlaps. Okay, so I'll let you complete the rest. You will have the same question for homework, okay? So homework, you redo the same thing on line paper. And then next time we can go over that, okay? I will check it, okay, when you hand in. So if you have any more questions, okay, you can stay after class, okay? Otherwise, that's all for today, okay? And Eric, please stay after, all right? Okay, see you everyone. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye-bye. You're welcome.